not agree that the ocean is a very special place. A place full of life and beauty, a place that is fun. And it is a place that is big. So much so, it helps to see it from a distance. Oceans cover nearly 71% of the Earth's surface. 3.5 billion people depend on it as their primary source of food. Our ocean is indeed a special place, and generations have been introduced to it from another special place that sits right at its shore, the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium. In 1935, local lifeguards began to collect marine specimens at the Cabrillo Beach bathhouse. John Olguin, captain of the lifeguards, was appointed director in 1949.
We realized that someday we would arrive, and we have arrived. When it started with a card table on the beach with little shells, and it just grew and grew and grew. Not the work of any one person, it's the work of the whole community. Everybody helped. The fishermen in town brought in jars full of fish that they got in Mexico and other parts of California. And the local children picked up shells. We named them and put them on display. So the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium is the result of the community helping and pitching in and taking an interest.
This is such a jewel of a place that's just all zoomed in on education, on experimentation, on research. This is probably the most outstanding example of what an aquarium should be.
The mission of the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium is to engage people in recreation, education, and research about Southern California marine life. And the key thing with our mission is the engagement part. Certainly the opportunities we give to the visitors that come at our touch tank, where they get a chance to touch live tide pool animals, to using our microscopes on a regular basis. We have them available for our visitors. We use our resources to do new and innovative things with education. How do we get people engaged? What's a creative way to go about that?
A prime example is the Grunion program.
Tonight, we're coming out, we're teaching some of our younger researchers how to basically milk the grunion. So what they did earlier tonight was they went out and did some observations on the beach. General grunion just coming up, running on the beach and doing basically their burying techniques in the sand. We can fertilize the eggs ourselves. And what we'll do is set them up in larval rearing tanks and actually study the larvae under different conditions. And this allows students, that's beautiful, this allows students to come out and not only learn about the grunion and the program that we have here, but it gives younger students an opportunity to be able to work with live animals, which is pretty neat.
We're growing young scientists besides all the animals that we grow there, and that's a big part of it. We're growing young scientists besides all the animals that we grow there, and that's a big part of it. We're a teaching aquarium, that's our niche, and it goes a really long way, and I'd love to see that light come on in their faces.
I think the best part about this is all the public learning from the fish themselves. They have this great opportunity to see a natural phenomenon happening right here in Southern California. We're working with colleagues from Cal State Fullerton that's here working on a different project. You can sit them down, you can tell them, you can show them slides, you can show them a video, but that's where the rubber meets the road.
I think the aquarium is actually filling a niche that now more than ever we're having a hard time filling in society, and that is, in the schools we have formal education of science. But where do you go if you're not a 7th grader in a really good school? Where does everybody else go to learn about relevant issues in science that's going to help them understand their world? Well, the aquarium is a free aquarium for one thing, so anybody can come. You don't need money to come to the aquarium. And the other thing is that we're not just showing animals so that you admire their beauty. We're also teaching you about those animals. We want you to understand what your relationship is to them, and we want people to understand what LA as an urban area is doing to the coast. And so I don't know of any other place that's really just like Cabrillo that can offer that. Cabrillo's really special for having a hands-on approach and for having a lot of excellent resources for teaching people about our relationship to the ocean.
This relationship can be explored, studied, and touched at Cabrillo's unique location.
It's one thing, to come here and to see some of our exhibits. Just say you're into birds. You can see what we have on display, and then you can go right out there and see it. Because this facility is Southern California marine life.
Not many aquariums in the world are fortunate enough to be right in the habitats that they're interpreting to their visitors.
Our setting here, our natural setting with the coastal park, which includes natural tide pools, we have salt marsh.
We're very fortunate here to take our visitors directly out into these environments. When it really comes down to it, it's all about seeing something so you can care about it.
Perfect spot.
And this perfect spot attracts close to 300,000 visitors each year, including 150,000 children on school field trips.
Entertainment and education, they kind of go hand in hand, especially for young people, so that they're entertained, they see, hey, this is really cool, I want to maybe come back and do some more stuff or bring my parents back and kind of get involved with it more.
I get so excited when I see the parking lot filled with buses and they're full of enthusiasm. They're squirmy, ants in the pants kind of a feeling. And it's pretty exciting when you see a kindergartner or first grader and they're talking and they're saying things like phytoplankton.
Boys and girls, they are so busy, and their attention span is so short. It's one thing to see a sea star just say sitting there. We try to make them a sea star. Okay, boys and girls, what we want you to do is you're a sea star. Put your arms out like a sea star. Grab a hold of a clam. Pull on it till it's open. Put your hand on your stomach. Take your stomach out of your mouth. Shove it inside the open clam. Blow your stomach up. Eat like a sea star. Eat like a sea star. Now swallow your stomach. Oh. By just doing that, go, wow, there's more to it than just something static like this.
That was cool.
When you get home at night, you're very comfortable with, there's some kids who know something today that they didn't know yesterday.
If you go down there and see all the kids that come in here and see their reactions and stuff like that, some of these kids probably haven't seen any of these animals like that in their life, and to get into the touch tanks and stuff like that and see all the things they're doing down there, if you just go there and spend 2 hours, you'll realize that this is a good organization to give your money to. I think it's a great organization. I've always supported it.
It's not a typical, it's a lot more like a little ocean.
And we've had donors come back to us afterwards where they've had a chance to see the programs that they've helped with. And they've told us personally how encouraging and how enlivened they feel, because it really is a partnership. It's not just me doing what I need to do and the people that work with me doing what we need to do. It's having the support of other people to join us in that. And it's made a difference.
Will you join us?